wearing a wire against the mob. If you are willing to risk your life wearing a wire against the mob, imagine what you'll do against black folks. You feel me? Remember Jesse Jackson, these are not my words, according to William Pepper, Dr. King family attorney. If you haven't read the book, Orders to Kill and the Assassination of Dr. King, you better read it. He names Jesse Jackson unquestionably as an accomplice to the murder. They called off the security at the Divine Lorraine Hotel in Memphis on April 4th. There was a group of black brothers. Like when I go around, I got brothers here doing security for me. Give them a hand, by the way, for helping to keep Dr. Umar safe. So when Dr. King got to Memphis, there was a bunch of brothers who said, "We're going to hold you down on the strength." Jesse Jackson told them they wasn't needed. He called them off. Jesse called them off. And within about an hour, Dr. King was dead. Also, somebody from the Southern Christian Leadership Office called the hotel. Dr. King was on the ground floor. He wasn't supposed to be up in room 306. Somebody from the SCLC office called the hotel and said Dr. King requests that his room be upstairs.
Modern psychology has a word that is probably used more than any other word in psychology. It is the word maladjusted. It is the ringing cry of modern child psychology, maladjusted. Now, of course, we all want to live the well-adjusted life in order to avoid neurotic and schizophrenic personalities. But as I move toward my conclusion, I would like to say to you today, in a very honest manner, that there are some things in our society and some things in our world for which I'm proud to be maladjusted. And I call upon all men of goodwill to be maladjusted to these things until the good society is realized. I must honestly say to you that I never intend to adjust myself through racial segregation and discrimination. I never intend to adjust myself to religious bigotry. I never intend to adjust myself to economic conditions that will take necessities from the many to give luxuries to the few and leave millions of God's children smothering in an airtight cage of poverty in the midst of an affluent society.
Your host, Dr. Crip, welcome to the show. Hey, look, I want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, sharing, and keeping this thing alive. Because, you know, we own in 2024. We ain't going to say this is our year and all that, but check this out. We own in 2024. We're going to make a statement. So, you know, I'm doing fan comments also. Sometimes I may get through off a little bit, but it's still fan comments until we get into the building. Because once we get in this building, we're going to try to hit y'all with that whole new format. And we ending the sickness. We trying to help you with your disorder. You know, gang addiction, mental disorder is real. So that's our focus. But I do want to say that, you know, in 2024, you got to understand how stuff is happening. When God is, when he is in your life, there is nothing that can stop the progress of what is to come. Especially if you're a person that has a certain type of aura. My aura has always been to tell the truth. Because the truth sometimes can be, you know, it can make people upset, mad, and it can also deactivate a situation. But regardless of what the truth is, you can't change it because it is the truth. And I try to tell the truth as honestly, whether I'm at fault, you at fault, she at fault, they at fault, whoever, as best I could. So that's one of the gifts that I know that God has gave me over the years of this gang intervention, because it's all I know. See, you got to understand, the day that I went to court and I was supposed to get 5 years, and a senator walks in and I get probation, that is an impact in someone's life that is like, that's a serious impact. So that is the truth. From that day forward, my life changed. It wiggled certain type of ways. Even though to this present day, I might have still been gang banging, doing all kind of stuff. But guess what? God was always in there. He like, I'm just gonna let you know how much of a believer that I'm gonna make you when I turn you and I start using you for stuff. So ever since then, I've just been, what the truth is. So the truth is something that you can't hide it. It's once he give you something and you understand what it is, you question it, but you really don't question it. You just get up and do it. Get up, move, make the small steps to lead to a big step, to another step, to another step, to another step, because the connections is what's is pulling everything together. And at the end, and sometimes in the middle, you see how God is orchestrating. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to even question that. Like, for example, I wanted to be a kingpin. I wanted to be, I was on that route. I had my moments, I got my thousands and, trying to turn it into the hundreds and, trying to climb. But God wasn't never having that. He wasn't never going to allow me to do what I thought that I was going to do, See, I wanted to be the first person to pull all 9 overs. We had 10 states. See, now this is game. It might spark a thing in somebody's head, but it probably not going to work out for you. But I mean, you could try to take it and use it. If somebody ain't did it already, who knows? But to my knowledge, I've never seen nothing like this, what I was trying to accomplish. And it's a few states that can attest to it too. But in the early beginnings, when I first went out of town, my goal was to bring all the states together. Everywhere there's a state that said they claiming 9-0. I was going to bring all the states together. I was going to go to each one. And in each one, I was going to find the ones who sell drugs and the ones that like robbery. And I was going to turn the ones that like robbery over to Killer One, because that's his thing. You go, because that's what they like doing. They run up in stuff. So I was going to turn them over to them. And in the process of that, what I tell them that's robbing, the banks and doing all this other stuff, what I tell them, I say, listen, this is what you do. From every job that you do, just give me a little percentage of the money to where I can just, if you hit big, especially if you're hitting big, so I can go get a bird, 9, whatever it is, that goes into the pot. So when stuff ain't going too right for all the robbers and everything, you can always have a secondary cash flow with me and the people who I got selling the drugs that really just like selling drugs. And hey, shoot, have everybody on that payroll, because you spend your money, clothes, cars, all that, that's gone. Y'all didn't hear it, y'all. That's over with. Like, man, it's like a union, dip into the pot. So that was my goal, and I was going to bring them all to Los Angeles. Excuse me, and I was going to have a big gang meeting, and all the states was going to have to wear powder blue shirts with the state on it. You can't be in here. I don't care who you are. You got to have on your shirt that says that, And greet everybody. They was gonna go do their thing, wherever. So that's guy was like, and I was gonna rent all the units on Western. That was, all the apartments, storefronts. I was gonna rent everything, you know, um, because people think, oh, nigga, that take a whole. No, it don't take a whole. Not then. It didn't take a whole lot of money then. Less than 100,000 would get it done, and we had that. So I. God just intervenes in all that and just says, no, you're not going to do nothing. He shut all that down in ways that I can't even imagine. But it leads you to, to present day and what I'm talking about, with the Unity One and the gang intervention and all that. He just gave that to me because I'm like, I don't got no skills. I don't see you waste your life gang banging. I can't even cut hair, man. You ain't no bricklayer, you ain't no mason. What have you been doing out here your whole life where you don't own a skill or trade or nothing? Now, I got big homies for sure. They all work for the city. They do all kind of stuff, drywall, painting, and all that. They try to pull me into that 20 years ago. Like, man, you need to do this, but your mind is, the little gremlins got your mind confused out here. So you thinking 9-0 is going to be your all to all, and it's not. It will lead you up to what happened to me, or death or something worse, and prison the rest of your life. People can say, let's do or die, homie. I'll go up there with the homies for the rest of my life. I don't care. Man, get in that position. Just like them at that 26-year mark, they woke up and was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. The homie told me, he said, Nut, don't let none of these dudes that did 25 plus and all that years get out and tell you that they didn't act right, they didn't do this, they didn't calm down, make it to, because if you're on a 4, how you make it to a 2? That means you had to program, you had to act right, you had to say no to certain stuff, all that. He said, don't let nobody tell you that. Because there's still homies up in there that's on 4 yards that been there for 30 years. They ain't got out because guess what? They not programming. They need a little bit more time. They need a little bit more time, and then maybe on their 36th year, they'll say, man, you know what? It's that time. Unless the pen just kick you out, because that's what they're doing. They're kicking people out, trying to bring in that new blood, But, you don't want your life to end. You don't want your life to end up like that, So, if you don't have God in your life at a certain point, or he don't have a purpose for you, then yeah, those bullets, that knife, that car chase, all that, throwing your life in prison, all that'll happen to you. You ain't even got to worry about it, So thank God, I think he had a position for me to utilize to say, you know what, you're gonna be this dude, because that's not gonna change. I am the catalyst for ending Crips and Bloods. Me. I am that guy. This is the station. This is the channel. All things will come through here to end gang violence. I can tell you that right now, because something shocking is going to happen. See, while people are sitting around, the homies, like they said, don't read, put it in the book and all this other type of stuff. The homies don't read this and that. Some of that is true. Some of it ain't. We got a lot of people that read. They just may be in prison. You know what I'm saying? They may just be keeping all the knowledge to themselves. Because sometimes when you run across other races, black people be having the answers like, no, that's wrong. Because they make you think one thing, like black people don't read, put it in the book. Like, yeah, that's a certain kind of black people. But no, we got plenty black people that read, that's educated, that's everything. It's just a small number, you know, but they represent a vast lot of people, you know. But um information, man, you know, is built on information. So if you got information, you got God, you got, you know, he's in your life some type of way, you know, you on the right track to help ending what's going on. You in the right place, because I'm going to let people know what is real. And the people that I have on come on here as guests are the real ones. I would never have a certified tattletale snitch or whatever on this show. It's not going to happen. I would never have somebody that did, oh, you was the cause of such and such, this and that, you know, woo, getting, creating this war behind this and that. No, I don't deal with people like that. The only people that would be guests and visitors on this show are all the real ones that know I should have never did it. I could have been something else. I'm going to ride this out, but I'm going to change it and do it my way now, because I see a whole different light of what's going on. That's the only type of people you're going to see here on the Dr. Crip show, baby. Me, people just like me, the reflection, you know, that's solid all the way through, and smart and wise. You know, look at that show when I tell you, Chess Master. I was going to take all the people that play chess in the different neighborhoods. Just so happens that, wow, these guys got a stronghold on their neighborhood. That's because they play chess. A lot of people play chess. But chess, you know, I don't play chess, but chess is a nice answer to a lot of people out here. When you go through these neighborhoods, the homies that play chess and play chess really well, check them out. They some money men, or they the leaders of the soldiers. They play a serious role in that neighborhood. So, but I did want to talk about, because when God is in your life, see, I'm gonna give you a prime example. It was about a couple of nights ago. I'm sitting at the house. I've been on the phone talking. Woo. I can't find no. I've been trying to find somebody to go to the movies with me. Can't find nobody, right? So the movie been out, you know. So the book of clearance. So I say forget it. I'm gonna go check it out one of these nights by myself or whatever. Ain't thinking about it no more, nothing. It get to be about 9:45 or something like that. I'm on a computer, I'm doing research, I'm doing everything. Something said, man, fuck all that. Go to the movies tonight and watch that movie. So see, now I understand how to not. It's a certain type of way it happens when God is talking to you that you have to be aware of. And I now and when I realized it, and you go with it, and you know it happens plenty of times before. Sometimes I may go with it, sometimes I may not go with it. But when I understand it and I see it, and I'm like, oh, this is you telling me to go to the movies. So I'm like, okay, let me get ready. I look at the phone, movie playing at 10:30, right down the street from me. So I said, oh, okay. I'm gonna go to that one. Get dressed, boom. Get to the movie. You know, the movie started 10:30. I get there right when the movie is the pre things is going. Walk in the movie, it's 7 people in there. I'm part of the 7. I make maybe the 7th person in the movie, whole movie theater. And we will sit there and watch the Book of Clarence. Some people was laughing, I was laughing here and there. But it's a blasphemy movie. It ain't, I just wanted to see how blasphemy it was gonna be, But uh just how they gonna try to spin this, I just wanted to see from a film producer, because I'm a film producer. So I have to go see certain movies, you know. So I'm checking the movie album. It goes to the end, whatever. So when I come out, we wait to the end. We get everybody kind of get up at the same time. I think we was looking for Jay-Z name on there or something, but I don't think we never seen his name nowhere in the credits. So we leaving. We walking out. It's a couple walking behind me. We get to the elevator, to the escalators. I get on the escalator. They talking about the movie behind me. Now the broad want to call me. Well, man, it was all right. I don't, boom. So she like, call me when we get home. I'm like, all right. When I hang up, I turn around and I look up. It's Black Sam, Nipsey Hussle brother. Immediately, I already knew what this was about. Whether we do something or not, he wanted me to meet you and talk to you because of what I tried to do. I wanted to, at Humanitarian Day, when Nipsey got killed, I wanted to honor him because of what he was doing and what he accomplished in the street. And the connection we have, yeah. The 6090 connection, all that stuff. So, but I couldn't get none because it's a lot of politics, everything ain't peaches and cream. So I couldn't get nobody. I couldn't get nobody to come up there. I had the LA Times was like, the reporter from the LA Times was like, if you get somebody up there to accept it, whoever they are, as long as they in, I will come up there. Couldn't get nobody to come accept the award. I wanted Black Sam, but the channels I was going through, it's because of politics. It's just the way it is. So I was over. I know in advance. I know the event is on this day. So the event is in December. So yes, I have to start searching for somebody to accept the award in September. So I was over in the 60s in September, trying to find me somebody. So I couldn't get nobody. I couldn't find nobody. But the day I did the event, it was a lot of homies out there. They just wasn't coming on the stage to get the award. But it was a trip. So I let the crowd pass the plaque that I had made for him. They passed it around. And they took pictures with it and stuff like that. So, I'm coming out the movies and boom. And I'm like, damn. So I immediately start hitting him with the people that he know, woo, woo. So once he got over the like, are you friend or foe with what I'm saying, he like, oh, you friend. Actually, you family. Yeah. The people who I know that deal with Nipsey and you, or yeah, the homie, he's in there with y'all. Boom. Oh, yeah, for sure. The man sat out there and talked to me for way longer than what he should have talked about. And I told him, I said, listen, man, I'm just trying to help you, help myself. Anything you need, anything I can help. He said, man, we working on, we got a few projects that we working on. So I'm like, man, listen, He like, give me your number, man. You know, boom. And, you know, but see, that's God. Because I wasn't thinking about it. I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. And he said, no, shut all that down, get up and go to the movies. After you questioning and you checking, you doing little stuff, okay, I can make it, boom. Fix me a cocktail, you know, get prepared, and I take off to the movies. And look who I run into, you know, late night, last movie of the night. Beautiful person that dude is. Humble in spirit. You could tell his intelligence, everything. So, and we talked about some cool stuff. So, you know, I hope God let me work with that dude. You feel me? Because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be out of control. Yeah. So I just wanted to let the people know that, you know, you have to understand how, you know, this force of nature, this presence plays a role in your life of what's going on, and how not to miss blessings, and how to jump on situations that are, you know, good for you, and stay away from the ones that's bad for you. So that was a good night right there the other night, you know. So yeah, this is Dr. Crip, man. I wanted to say no more in 24. That's the new thing. No more in 24. Hey, homie, all applications are done. Don't nobody else put somebody. No, we about to put somebody on right now. Shut your bitch. Y'all the problem. Stop it. Don't do it no more. Why are you getting put on a gang in 2024? Don't you see who finna be in office? Listen, man, listen to me. Those people taking back their house. And the one thing that they do is police. Okay. It's free reign right now. But it ain't, y'all about to, you gonna see what I'm talking about. Ain't gonna be no more 35 and 80% and all that. Y'all going to jail. You going to jail. Hey, look, this Dr. Crip, man. Listen, no more in 2024. Let's black progress. Let's get this black progress. United we stand. You know, that's what it is. Black progress, united we stand. This is Dr. Crip, man. We ended the sickness.
I love my Lord Savior Jesus Christ with all of my heart. His light shines bright when it seems like life is all in the dark. He make you feel like it's alright when life is falling apart. And he always there to hear me when I call him to talk. He could turn your guilt into grace, your sin into salvation. So be patient when you're going through trials and tribulations. He's the creator of all creations, the ruler of all nations, who was crucified to save us from Satan and damnation. Now temptation hard to resist, hypocrites will try to mislead you. But I believe in God and that he provides for his people. He with you when you lonely, you hungry, then he'll feed you. And it's the truth that money's the root of all of this evil. That's why it's hard for the rich to get in heaven. The wealth will tarnish your soul. And knowledge and understanding is better than silver and gold. Your lust for money can make you burn like you cooking over the stove. But faith can make you twice as rich. I read this in the book of Job. Now I was told the Bible hard to understand because they wrote it back in the days. But if you pray, you'll be amazed how you comprehend every page. Now Easter, Christmas, and all the Christian holidays was made to generate paper, not to get a maker his praise. And now in this world we living in been filled with hatred and war. We supposed to love each other, but not many spirits are pure. Soon Jesus will be back, that's in Matthew 24, to destroy the world with fire. He did it with water before. So get on your knees and repent to the King and sing the gospel.